Hi, Keats Snideman here from Reality-Based Fitness. One of the questions I often get asked by a lot of my clients is, how should I sleep? I do see quite a bit of people that have neck pain and back pain, and that's one of the questions I think that really sort of troubles people because they hear so much conflicting information from all these so-called back experts. The truth is, there's really no definitive research on any particular sleep surface or special type of pillow or even position that is going to be just a great position for everybody. It is quite an individual thing, but there's some pretty basic concepts I think that are kind of common sense. We know that sleeping on the stomach can be challenging because when you're in a prone type of position, in order to breathe adequately, you have to turn the head to one side, which just kind of makes a chronic contraction in the neck, which can shorten some tissues, jam some of the joints in the neck, cause some irritation and compression. But unfortunately, some people are really unable to sleep unless they're in this position. If you can go from your back or to your side, let's go onto your side, you're going to get a little bit better potential, I think, for keeping your body a little more aligned. So the first thing we're going to address is the cervical type of position. If you notice now, with no pillow, Patrick's head is in lateral flexion down. It's in lateral flexion to the right, so his head is like a C to the right. This is not an ideal position here because he's getting a lot of jamming and shortening on this right side, and he's getting a lot of strain or tensile tension forces on this left side. So the real key, and it doesn't matter what type of pillow you want to use, if you like it a little softer, a little harder, would be to get this head into a neutral alignment. So if the pillow was too high, I'm going to double this up, and it was something like this. This is one of the reasons I hate going to hotels. Sometimes the pillows are just way too big, and your head ends up something like this. Well, that's not going to feel very good either. He's going to have a lot of jamming and compression on the left and a lot of tension and strain on the opposite side. So let's just use the Goldilocks approach and try to find the one that's just right. So from this position, if I look at the back, this could actually probably go just slightly higher, maybe like so. This pillow is actually quite thin. But his neck is a lot more neutral. Okay, so that's one element that's important. Another one is the position of the arms. A lot of people sleep with the arm up under their head like this. Go ahead and just put, and they get kind of contorted like that. While some people might be able to get away with that, this is pretty tough. Can cause quite a bit of compression in the AC joint and in the shoulder. You can get some vascular or nervous system entrapment or irritation. This might not be the best position if you can avoid it. So let's get your pillow here again. So maybe something a little bit more like this. This arm's going to be a little bit harder to dictate where it's going to go, but he's already in a much better position here, and preferably fairly stacked up so that his shoulder, the bottom shoulder, isn't all jammed up into his ear. Now the question of lumbar spine comes next. A lot of people could benefit a lot from actually having a pillow between the legs, especially women who might have a wider pelvis. If they do have a wider pelvis, if they did not have a pillow, they're going to get a lot more of kind of an adduction valgus stress like this, which can kind of cause a chronic strain or irritation to like the lateral hip, maybe even toward the lumbar spine a little bit. So if we were to add a pillow to that, that could actually stack that up, keep it a little more neutral. And then if we go to a supine position, Patrick, so when you're on your back, it's very common today to have a lot of people with anterior pelvic tilt. Not everybody, but you will see it a lot, which is a hypertonicity or tone in the hip flexor muscles, the psoas, the iliacus, the rectus, femoris, the TFL, maybe even some of the short groin muscles, the adductor muscles. When someone lies in this extended knees position, it's not uncommon to have this kind of extension force going on. So you can get a lot of jamming in your lower back and the facet joints. And just by getting a pillow, you got to play around with the right height, like so, that can relieve some of that stress in that lumbar region and really lead someone to have a much better night's sleep. And when they feel up, they're not as irritated. A lot of people will wake up and they feel really beat up. And I think the surface of your mattress is also key. You don't necessarily have to buy several $1,000 mattress. Some people swear by those Tempur-Pedics. There's other people I've talked to them and they hate it.